Hello, today we are going to be looking at comparatives and superlatives. Well, actually, we're looking at adjectives and adverbs. Now, if you look at the title is Comparatives and Superlatives, and the learning objective to examine comparative and superlative adjectives and relate them to adverbs which indicate degrees of intensity. That is quite alarming and a bit frightening. It shouldn't be. It doesn't. I'm going to, as I explain it to you, hopefully it will become clearer, because that's a bit too wordy, I think. So if we think about comparatives and superlatives, we have looked at these before. So remember, you take your root word. So we'll start off with the word strong, and we'll say, I am strong. Mrs. Cumberland is stronger. Okay, so I'm comparing me and Mrs. Cumberland. So I am strong, Mrs. Cumberland is stronger. That's the comparative, when you compare something with another. Okay, and the superlative is, then we would say, but Miss Romaine is the strongest. Okay, so we have strong, stronger, strongest. And you can use that with most adjectives, but not all, and that's what we're going to look at today. So we can have light. So if something was light, then we have lighter, and then we have the lightest. Okay, and we could have cold. It is cold today, but it was colder in February, but it was coldest in January. So cold, colder, coldest. So those are your comparatives and your superlatives. So usually you're adding ER or EST. Now what we're looking at today are words that don't work like that, words that don't fit into that, into those rules, and usually it's longer words. So if we were thinking about the word delicious, okay, so we could say the apple is delicious. The apple pie is more delicious, but the apple sundae is the most delicious. Okay, so we're going from the endings, so strong, stronger, strongest, we're now going to something and more and most. So delicious, more delicious, most delicious, because we can't say deliciouser, deliciousest. It doesn't work. Okay, so when you've got those longer words, you use more and most. You could say, how did you get on with your spelling test today? I got a very good score, or my score was quite good. So sometimes we can use very and quite in front of adjectives, and that shows you the varying degrees of intensity. So if something's really intense, it's really strong, and it gets weaker, and that's what this is about. So you could have quite, very, more, most. So if we had the root word humorous, so that means funny. So Daniel is very humorous. Who is more humorous? I'm trying to think. Someone is more humorous, and Mr. Brunning is the most humorous. Sorry, I can't think. I'm trying to think on my feet here. And then we've got honest, more honest, and most honest. If something's efficient, you could have something is efficient, something is more efficient, something is most efficient. Dangerous, we don't say dangerouser, we say more dangerous or most dangerous. And the same with the word comfortable. So the root word is comfortable. So my chair is comfortable. The sofa is more comfortable, but Bob is the most comfortable. Okay. Now all of that information is on the first sheet of your attachment. You don't need to check it out, because I've just talked that through with you. So your task today is to do practice and challenger. Okay, so for practice, it says there's a mistake in the way each adjective is written in the sentence below, and you've got to rewrite the sentences, not just change the words. You've got to rewrite the sentence with the correct form. So the first one says, my chair is comfortabler than yours. Okay, now comfortable it doesn't work, does it? It sounds almost right, but it's not quite right. So you have to change that to my chair is more comfortable than yours. And the next one is this is the expensivest shirt I could find. Okay, expensivest doesn't work either. So we have to change that. This is the most expensive shirt I could find. And you need to do that. Excuse me. You need to do that for all of the words in practice. Now, if you move on to Challenger, I'm just going to move my camera so I can see Challenger. It might fall over. It says copy these sentences in your book and underline the adverb which comes in front of the adjective in each sentence. Okay, so this is where we're looking at the much, very, quite, more, most. Those are all your adverbs that come in front of the adjectives. So I did much better at spelling than Edward, so you're going to underline the word much. Then Tom can be quite funny at times, so the word will be quite. Okay, you just need to look carefully, find the adjective, and then look at the word that comes in front of it, and that's the word you should be underlining. Okay, now I know this all sounds a bit more, probably a bit more worrying than it really is, but it is straightforward. It's just thinking carefully, making sure you read the questions carefully. If you have any questions, do come to the Zoom session at 9:45, and I'll help you, and we can go through this again until you've got it. But I think most of you should be able to do this with no problem at all. Okay, be brilliant everyone, and I will see you soon.